Hey, what's happening, guys? Today I'm showing you how to make a keto apple crumble spice cake in just 5 minutes without actually using any apples. And because of that, this cake is totally low carb, it's completely sugar-free, and it's actually gluten-free as well. And if you're wondering how many carbs are in this cake, there are just over 4 net carbs in the entire thing. So that said, I'm sure you're getting hungry. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the tastiness. Make this keto apple crumble spice cake.
All right, first things first, we're gonna make the cake. So as you're seeing here, in a small bowl, we're gonna add a heaping 1/3 of a cup or 42 grams of almond flour to it. Then after we've got that in there, we're gonna sweeten up the cake without adding any carbs, calories, or sugar by adding 2 tablespoons or 20 grams of confectioner's swerve. Now, after we've taken care of that, we're gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon or 2 grams of baking powder, a nice pinch of cinnamon, a tiny bit of allspice, a tiny bit of nutmeg, and a nice bit of salt to bring out the flavors. So now that we've added all of our dry ingredients, we can whiskify those together until they combine, and then we can start adding the wet ingredients for the keto spice cake. And as you're seeing here, the first ingredient we're gonna add is going to be a whisked up large egg. Then we're gonna follow that up by adding a 1/2 tablespoon or 7 grams of some melted salted butter, as well as a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then finally, we're gonna add some apple extract to give our cake all of its apple flavor without actually having to add apples. With that said, we're just gonna be adding 1/8 of a teaspoon of that stuff since its flavor is really strong. Okay, so now that we've added both our wet and dry ingredients to the bowl, we can give everything a good mix with our spatula until a thick cake batter forms like this. Then when it does, we're gonna coat an 8-ounce ramekin with some baking spray and add the batter to it. And by the way, you'll wanna make sure that the batter is evenly spread out in there and that you give the ramekin a couple of taps on your countertop to remove any air bubbles that might be in there before cooking it. And speaking of cooking the cake, it cooks really quick in the microwave, so just 30 seconds is all you need to start. And then I like to cook it for about 10 seconds at a time to finish it. And usually after about 45 or 50 seconds of total cooking, it ends up looking perfect like this. Now, while the keto spice cake is cooling down, I like to make a super quick crumble for the top of it. So as you're seeing here, in a small bowl, I'm adding about 1.5 tablespoons or 14 grams of almond flour, as well as 1.5 tablespoons or 14 grams of brown swerve, a pinch of cinnamon, a pinch of nutmeg, a pinch of allspice, and then to round things out, a 1/2 tablespoon or 7 grams of some melted salted butter. Then all I'm gonna do is give that a quick mix with the spatula and then my fingers, and I'm gonna microwave my crumble for about 15 seconds. Then once the crumble is done microwaving, I'm gonna coat the top of my keto spice cake with some baking spray and add the crumble to it. And yeah, that, my friends, is how to make a keto apple crumble spice cake in just 5 minutes. As always, for more info on the recipe, check out the video description below, and I'll see you in the next one.